Hi guys, this is Sarah and this is a painting tutorial. Well, I was working on a speed art, so I thought I'll take the same videos and talk a little bit about the technique I used in coloring Rin. This is Rin from Bunny Drop, so let's get ahead and started. Now, when you're coloring watercolors, the first thing you need to know is that you need to fill an area with an area. As you can see, what I'm doing here is I'm filling the area and going in the same direction, because one of the mistakes I did before was one time I colored the right side and left it while I was coloring the left side, and so when they met together at one point it created kind of an overlapping color. So the one way to overcome that little trick, or that little problem, I'm sorry, is by coloring in one direction, and normally you have about 3 to 5 seconds until the watercolors kind of sinks in and takes form. So you kind of gotta move ahead with the colors in these 5 or 6 seconds. And what I did right there, the Kleenex and the drying the whole thing up, is when I get a little deep, color that is deeper than I wanted, so I just dip in some Kleenex on the paint and it will absorb it. And I still am in the time frame of the 5 and 6 seconds, so I'm still safe to color. And I just keep on going until the whole area is filled, as you can see here, in the same direction. And with this square type of brush, which I feel a lot better because I can control this a lot better than the normal pointy type of brush. The other pointy type of brushes just don't have any control on it. So if you're not good enough with the normal type of painting brush, you should try this one. There's a lot of control over it when you're coloring with watercolors. So let's leave it till it dries, and boom, it went darker all of a sudden, but that's because I added an extra 4 layers and waited till they dried. And now I'm adding the darkening certain areas. Like anything in this world has the light falls over it, and that leads to darkening some areas, and others are not darkened, or others that is highlighted. What I'm doing right here is I'm darkening the areas that I think should be darkened, like the back of her hair, or the areas that I feel that there's a shadow, like the back of her hair, like I'm doing right now. And there's also something I want to say to people who feel like they still don't have enough control over when they're shading with watercolors. Like, you colored the whole base with watercolors, but you don't know how to add the shading exactly with your brush. So here's a little trick you should try. Take a pencil color close to the color that you just painted, close, a bit darker though, okay? It doesn't have to be the same exact color, a bit darker, and do the whole shading area with that, and smudge it with a Kleenex, like what I'm doing right here, exactly like what I'm doing in the video. But instead of with a brush, just do it with a pencil color, and you'll get the same result, or kind of closer result to this. And just when you smudge it, it will blend together, and it will feel more natural, as it is part of drawing, with no lines or kind of separation lines or anything like that. Because sometimes you feel that when you are coloring or shading, there is like a separation between the shaded color and the original color. In a way, it helps to blend in the whole thing together. Now I'm going to add some highlights to her hair, and as I said, I don't know anything about the whole light and dark thing. I haven't studied it, so I'm just adding it based on how I feel there will be like some highlights and stuff. And I'm just adding a white color with a thin brush on the ends of where I feel that there should be highlights. And the cool thing about this is when it dries, it will just lighting up the color a bit. It will not look like white or anything. It will just be a light gold, and it will just fit in the drawing. And I also want to show you another cool use for white colors if you have done a little mistake, and how you can use the white color to erase that mistake. And I will show you a little bit forward into the video how to do that. So here's the highlights after being after they dried, and now as you can see here, the color of her skin tone, I did it, and I was working on shading it, but while I was shading the skin tone, I made a mistake. You see, the line that I did was kind of like unneeded. It just made the shadowing of her face just looked weird, and I just wanted to remove it, but it was already dried, so I couldn't dip a tissue on it. So what I did was kind of by pure accident is that I added a bit of white color onto that line or darkened area and left it till it dried, and the white color helped to lighten up the color to a degree that it just felt like I haven't added any shadow at all, and the white color just blended in with the whole drawing, not leaving any lines or anything. So that was kind of a really nice way to erase my mistakes, even if it was by accident. And I also found another cool use for using the white paint color. You see, I'm adding a little bit of white in the corner of the eyes to kind of help to blend in the white part with the skin tone of Rin's face, and it did kind of do just that. It felt like the colors were smoothing in together once the whole thing has dried up. And this is really useful because, you know, in anime eyes there is an area there where it's just no lines, it's just a big white area. So if you just want to feel that the colors just totally blend in, just add a little bit of white on the ends, and that will help to create this little effect. Well, that's it for this drawing or painting tutorial. I'm still gonna be working on some digital modifications, like I want to create like a digital background for this drawing, so it might take a while before the final speed art video and the final picture gets up. But for now, I hope that you have enjoyed this video. I'll see you in another video, so stay safe and take care, you guys. Bye.